1 year ago, my wife and I came to Finland and left our families and haven't had the chance to see them again over the past year. Today, I'm going to talk about my story and I want to share with you how I actually emigrated from our country and came to Finland. Before telling my story, the very first thing you need to know is that these are just my experiences and it could be different for somebody else. You know, it depends on different things. It depends on which country you're coming from or even how you're going to immigrate. Is it based on family or is it based on work or it's just a refugee thing? In my case, I can tell you that everything went smoothly from the beginning. You know, in comparison to people who are willing to sacrifice not only their lives, but also their families' lives to go to another country illegally through the sea and become a refugee in a good country. Okay, let me tell you my story. Before coming to Finland, I was working at a great company in Iran as a data scientist, and my wife was studying master. I had applied many times to different PhD positions, but I wasn't successful. Probably at some point I need to talk about this, why we decided to move to another country, even I was paid highly enough to live in my country. But quickly, if I want to say that, is the general country's economic wasn't good that much. And this is the most important reason why people immigrate from Iran. And of course, one of the best ways for people like me is to pursue a PhD in another modern country. Anyway, since we got married and we bought our house and we settled down, at some point we decided to just continue living there. And we completely forgot about the immigration. But suddenly I got a great offer from one of those applications that I had already sent. Well, it was a big change for us. I quit from my job and my wife quit from her studies to come to Finland. Although I started as a PhD student, I ended up doing software development in the research team, which I was enjoying. The first year went pretty much great until my supervisor told me that he doesn't need me anymore. And as soon as my contract ends, I need to leave his team. I was really shocked and became devastated because it wasn't only about my job, it was also about my residence permit. My resident permit was going to expire at the same time as my contract. I can say this, that the last 2 months was the most difficult part of my life over the past few years because I had to either leave the Finland or find a job as soon as possible to extend my resident permit. I've already talked about my experiences about finding a job and how I succeeded to find a job in only 1 month. But briefly, I need to say that I applied to more than 100 positions, and after getting a couple of interviews, more than 10 interviews, I succeeded to get an offer from a software company in Finland. It was, of course, a result of my hard working and my efforts, and I can't deny the big impact of luck in this event. So as always, chance and hard working, I think, come together.